What's good, people? We are here with part 19 of Chronicon. Shout out to archaix.com. Make sure you go and check out the Archaix YouTube channel. We just had a recent video drop and it is all informative and all encompassing on the Sky Sim history. Mr. Bashir is putting in that work as usual. Now, in the background today, we have Final Fantasy IX cranking. Ironically, this is called The Dark Messenger. Trans-Kuja's theme. Now, I loved FF9. There's airships and all that goodness in it. It was only second to 7 in my opinion. But we're not here to talk about Final Fantasy. We're here to talk about Chronicon Part 19. And we're about to get straight into that goodness. Let's go. 2905 BC. The Sethite architects surveyed the Giza Plateau area, and they began quarrying stone from many miles away, and the builders began the altar of God. As the plateau was leveled, an elaborate and deep tunnel system with great galleries of rock and subterranean chambers was dug out. The four cornerstones were laid first, and the perimeter of the Great Pyramid was laid first, as the erection of the monument was from the four corners up and inward. The beginning of construction from a distance appeared like four leaning towers of stone several courses high, with the center of the pyramid at all times of construction the lowest. The 51, 51, 52 inch angle sloping faces were carefully employed during the erection of more and more courses, added from the perimeters inward. As the structure was built up in elevation, the central portion remained like a cube, much lower than that of the four corners of the monument. The project will require 90 years or 1080 months to complete in 2815 BC, and its precision to the thousandths of an inch is by far more superior to structures erected by men today in the 21st century. The distribution of the interior passages and chambers had long baffled researchers. However, the knowledgeable interpreter can read the measurements of the monuments as the great geometrical timeline of world history immortalized in stone. This is the subject of chronotexture. This was originally theorized as early as 1859 AD and popularized from 1860 to 1924 AD. But because these researchers were deficient in accurate chronology of history, their exhibition of the theory fell short before the critics. The pyramid inch, based upon the velocity of the Earth around the Sun, is the basis for the length of measurement used in planning out the architecture of the Great Pyramid. In this year, the Sphinx is carved out of the solid limestone of the Giza Plateau. The statue is the largest to survive the ancient world and is a lithic prophecy of the diligent Watcher of Eden, which is a composite symbol for the four corners of heaven, the zodiacal bull, lion, eagle, and man that protects the sacred tree, or the pillar of knowledge that mankind lost in 3895 BC but will regain in 2106 AD. Frederick Haberman, in tracing our ancestors, wrote that the Sphinx is the most important symbol of Eden that we have left, or rather, it constitutes a link between paradise lost and paradise regained. For this Sphinx, with the body of a lion and the head of a woman, symbolizes nothing less than the prophecy that from the seed of the woman shall come the Lion of the tribe of Judah to crush the head of the serpent. And for 55, or actually 58 centuries, the Sphinx has been watching for him. The early Egyptians of Thebes held traditions that the Sphinx had the body of a lion and a woman's head with eagle's wings. Plutarch wrote that the Sphinx once had wings of a multicolored hue. There is deeper connection between the Sphinx and the Genesis narrative. Planet Phoenix appeared as a fiery flaming sword that in Genesis was the weapon of the Watcher, preventing mankind from regaining access to the walled enclosure, Eden. This guardian is immortalized as the Sphinx protecting the Great Pyramid site, ever facing east. Remarkably, the Sphinx title derives from the same root from which Phoenix derives, so that Sphinx is actually the same word as Sphinx or Sphinx. Remember, the Gnostic text has declared that Phoenix was a witness against the angels. The dimensions of the Sphinx at 240 feet long with the two outstretched limbs at a height of 66 feet exhibits an architectural awareness of the entire length of the Anunnaki chronology, or the Nemesis Weapon X chronology, of 7,344 years from 5239 BC to 2106 AD, when the chief cornerstone returns, the stone the builders rejected. The length of the statue at 2880 inches and its height of 792 inches or 66 feet is the orbital length of Nibiru in years, and we get 3,672. This is precisely half of the 7,344 year timeline. The measurement of 792 in the statue's height is what further links it to the Anunnaki, or the Anuna. Alright, we're going to stop it there, guys, and we'll be back tomorrow with part 20 of the Chronicon. Have an amazing night. Much love.